Beaches are an integral part of the coastal environment and play a special role in maintaining the structure and function of coastal ecosystem. Beaches are the interface between land and ocean. They offer a range of benefits to the coastal communities, including a source of income through tourism, provision of ecological service, workplace for coastal communities, as well as recreation place for beach goers. Despite these benefits, coastal communities living along the coastlines of many countries in the Western Indian Ocean region lack accessibility to beaches in their neighborhood. The beaches are slowly diminishing at the expense of private development. Nyali Beach in Mombasa, we find Kazungu and his fellow fishermen. This is where they earn their daily bread, but the going has been, to say the least, tough.
These are the big wars in Coast Province, stretching from Malindi to Diani Beach in Lunga Lunga. The problems are similar. The common man experiences lots of problems. We just survive, just depending on God.
This boat was destroyed by waves. Mending it will cost at least 10,000 shillings, an equivalent of $130. Fishermen here complain of harassment by those who call the shots.
We are deprived of our spaces by hotels and influential people's houses.
Notice the small gadgets which look like balls floating on the water. These are demarcations stretching over 4 kilometers, marking a no fishing zone for the fishermen. These restrictions are depriving them of space which serves as landing sites for their catches. They have to share the little space with beach goers.
Long ago, there were fewer fishermen here. Now the fishermen have increased, yet the place is still small.
The harsh realities and conflicts plaguing the fishermen in the beaches. Their story is that of a people struggling to earn a living, yet remain hemmed in by circumstances. No attempt at expanding the beaches to cater for the increasing number of fishermen.
Zamani hapa ilikuwa wavuvi ni kidogo. Sasa wavuvi wamekuwa wengi na sehemu yenyewe ni ndogo iko hapa.
We do not have a safe place to keep our items. We only have temporary structures since the developers do not allow us to erect permanent structures.
In fact, they are blaming unscrupulous developers for hiving off public land for private development. And it is just a matter of time before these developers reach this space.
There is a possibility all this space will have been grabbed in the next 7 years. Because right now all this space still up there is grabbed. And now it is not clear how it will be 7 years down the line.
An industry with such great potential but has never developed the wings to soar high in this coastal region.
The Kenyan coastal fishery is one that has the potential to produce over 150,000 tonnage of fish per year. At the moment it is estimated at only 7,000. It means that we are having a massive resource that is underutilized, that is underdeveloped, completely underdeveloped, in spite of its importance to supporting livelihoods in this area. What does it mean? It means that there is a weakness somewhere in terms of our legislation regarding fisheries management, which is actually a coastal resource and environmental management issue.
But not only fishing is under threat. Jomo Kenyatta Public Beach in Mombasa's north coast. The road that leads to the beach is narrow, and something is happening here too. Notice the construction on the side. This is just an example of what has become the trend in beach fronts. Developers are fencing off what were once public beaches, violating limits on encroachment and endangering a staple of coast tourism. Beaches have always been the region's prime marketing product for tourism. But now, tourism is under threat as private developers grab every inch of prime beachfront to erect holiday villas. On the side of the road, traders sell their wares as stones throw away. And Ismail Mohammed, a youthful beach paparazzi, is busy at work. He has witnessed conditions deteriorate.
The issue of water and lavatories is annoying. We have to pay 10 shillings each time we use the toilet. How about an unfortunate day of diarrhea? I will be forced to use the toilet up to 7 times, meaning parting with 70 shillings.
So there are some people who cannot afford such services. For example, if you want to swim, probably you have to pay for a tube. At the same time, you have to pay for a seat to relax. There are no free seats, you see.
The number of people outweigh the few spaces next to the ocean, and only recently a lifesaver was installed for this beach. The beach has shrunk over the years, pressed on all sides by private developers.
Grabbing of public land is rampant. Like up there is a wall surrounding a plot allegedly sold, yet it is public land.
During holidays, prime time for the region's hotel industry, overcrowding is the order of the day. Some travel many kilometers to access the few public beaches available. There are only 2 toilets and bathrooms for changing, for which you pay a fee of 10 Kenya shillings or $0.7 to use. And that's not all.
I just don't like this idea of these people charging seats. Per seat you pay 50 shillings.
Congestion on the beaches is also chasing away tourists to other destinations.
And this part of the beach actually is much cleaner than it is further on there, because it's narrower there, so all the jetsam and flotsam comes in with the seaweed, and when the tide goes out, it's all left there.
The same goes for the Nyali beach, which has only 1 toilet and changing room. This situation is also replicated in other areas along the coast. Stakeholders in the tourism industry say this greed has gone unabated despite protests. They want better policies to save the beaches. Advocating for a balance between development and conservation.
Like in other parts of the world, you get the beach, the road, and then the developments. But in Kenya, you find that it's the beach, the developments, then the road, which really creates a problem to access the beach.
The developments have led to increased pollution of the waters as untreated effluent and plastic waste from the establishments finds its way to the beach and the ocean. All these developments take place despite the existence of legislation and bylaws that provide for unlimited access to beaches by everyone. Is there a need for fresh laws specifically aimed at the protection of marine and coastal environment from land-based activities? Well, besides lack of policies, environmentalists point to lack of proper laws on coastal management, which have disregarded environmental governance.
Though we have a law, we lacked regulations until last year. If regulations were only passed last year, then it means that people are yet to familiarize themselves with those regulations.